do you get to work every morning? Public transport, private vehicle, or providence? To be very honest, let's talk about how the economy influences your daily commute, your purchases, and even the choices you did not know you used to make. Yes, the choices you make without even realizing it. Hello there, my name is Eunice Olaleye, and this is your Economics with Eunice, where we connect lifestyle, money, and choices to everyday life to help you understand basic economic principles and also make smarter economic decisions. Yes, smarter economic decisions. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think transport fares keep increasing all the time? I mean, yesterday it was 350 naira. Today, it increased to 400 naira. And tomorrow, it might just increase to 450 naira. Who knows? And you're just there, wondering what's going on. No apology from transport operators, no heads up, just a hike in prices. How am I supposed to cope? How am I supposed to go to work? Every day, if the prices keep increasing like this, every day you step out of your house unsure of how much the prices are. Then you have to decide whether you are team A or team B, whether you just go with the prices or you try to argue a little with them so that they can reason with you so you can pay what you have. Or you are team B that has to just trek a little distance so that your money, the money you have, can count for something and get you to work in good time. Can we talk about the factors that influence an increase in prices? What do you think is causing an increase in prices? Is it the driver's mood? Or is it the universe trying to play tricks on you? Why do you think prices are increasing all the time? Let's talk about the first one. Prices of fuel. Guys, let's be honest. We all know that the prices of fuel can be very jarring. One time, things are quite stable because we've learned to adapt. And another time, prices just go up to the roof and you're like, what? We're still trying to adjust to the new development. When did this come? See, when prices of petrol or diesel should go up, do you know what happens? Transport operators pass it down to you directly. Because who are they going to pass it on to? That's why you will hear a transport operator saying, please, don't try to beat down the price. Do you know how much I bought fuel last week? Do you know how much we are buying fuel now? And you're there wondering, okay, this is affecting all of us, so why do I have to bear the brunt? Well, it's not just you. It is you and every other person that has to go to public transport that is bearing the brunt. Do we have a choice? Well, no, maybe yes. Secondly, we have road conditions. What comes to mind when you hear bad roads? When I hear bad roads, what I hear is unproductivity. What I hear is high maintenance costs. What I hear is increase in spare parts for transport operators. Let's be honest, when the road is good, it probably takes you 30 minutes to get to work, or roughly 45 minutes to get to work. But when the road is bad, depending on the degree of how bad it is, it might take you double the time to get to work, or almost double the time to get to work. Then you're ruffled up a bit, you probably get to work late, you don't get to work in good time, and it affects your productivity. Or the movement, compulsory exercise you have to do on the road just left you agitated and you have to get to work to cool off for about an hour or even two before you can get into the workday. And guess what? Time waits for nobody. Or regarding the road conditions, can we also talk about the high maintenance costs for drivers, the transport operators? High maintenance costs. The bad road does a number on their vehicles and maintenance costs are really high. That's why we have to bear the brunt. I mean, it's sad, but it's true. Also, we have demand and supply. Is it even economics if we are not talking about demand and supply? Let me talk about this. Let me give you this scenario. Say on a Monday morning, it's raining, and the demand for buses or transportation means are very high, but the availability is low. What happens? Take a guess. Take a guess. Of course, the transport fare will be high. Why? Because the demand for it is high, but the availability is low. The same also applies to when the demand is low and the availability is high. There's a tendency for prices to be quite normal or a bit low. Well, it might happen slowly but surely. So that's another thing that can affect the prices of fares. That's why Your transportation fare was 350 yesterday and it might be 450 next tomorrow. Well, I don't make the rules, but these things just happen. And finally, let's talk about inflation. The general cost of living is jarring. It affects every single thing. Let's talk about maintenance of cars. Let's also talk about the prices of spare parts of vehicles. The prices are jarring. Then let's also talk about how much it takes for a driver to keep his car running, to keep his day running. Have you seen bus drivers or transport operators stopping by to get snacks, something light for the road so that the work can continue? The work can continue, but the cost of living and surviving is on the high side. So these factors are some of the factors, or the major or the primary factors that affect your transportation fare. That's why your T fare, as we normally call it here, this side of Nigeria or in this side of the world, is usually high. So we've spoken about the influences, right? These things are influencing. How can you now manage it? Okay, the situation is here, nobody's arguing. How can we manage it? How can we navigate this? Very simple. I have a few hacks that will work out for you to make better decisions. We are trying to make smarter and better decisions, right? So we're going to do a little practical and exercise. Firstly, I want you to track your transportation costs for 7 days. Just 7 days. We're starting small. I'm not saying 1 month or 3 months. Let's do 7 days for a start. Track your transportation costs. So what do we do with this information after tracking? You note the changes, the increase, the decrease, and every other thing that you think are obvious changes and what may have caused an increase in your fare prices or a decrease in your fare prices. It could be bad road, like I mentioned, it could be inflation, it could be an increase in maintenance costs, it could be the weather. It could be the weather. It could be an increase in fuel costs, or just about anything. So identify what must have happened within those 7 days. Then when you've identified, what do you use the information to do? Very good question. You create a realistic monthly transport budget with a very small guard against surprises. So you'll not be surprised, you'll not be thrown aback. You'll be so that you'll not start telling stories that touch to your transport operator or the driver saying, Abba, it was 300 naira last week now. That's how much you carry it. Why are you carrying me 500 naira? The transport operator will just be looking at you that, see this one, where did this one come from? This is how much I'm willing to pay. Some people will even be nice enough to tell you that, it's because of fuel prices, it's because of this and that. But yes, you need to guard against surprises so you can add more for just matters like this, for emergency, for surprises like this. So you will not have to end up like Team B that has to trek. No shades. I'm just saying, if you have the means, it's very important for you to save for rainy days, right? So that's pretty much it on the practical. Let me know if this practical is useful after you must have done it or core. And if you've done something similar, share what your experience was like. Was it effective? Was it not effective? Or am I just here saying things I don't know? I know what I know. So let me hear your opinion. And finally, I want you to know this, that your commute is not just about getting home from work or getting to work from home. It's pretty much a daily negotiation you have with the economy, which is why you need to make smart decisions. And when you understand the forces behind this negotiation you have to do with the economy every day, just like supply and demand that we rightly spoke about, you'll be able to make smarter decisions. You'll be able to decide better. You make smarter choices on when to travel, where to travel to, how to live, what to buy, what to eat, what not to eat, what time to eat, how much money to spend, how much money not to spend, and many other decisions like that will save you on the days that are rainy. So, next time, when your transport fare jumps overnight, what do? You're able to identify the influences, the factors that influence the hiking prices, and you're able to understand that there is a practical way for you to prepare for things like this. So when it jumps overnight, what do? You stand tall because you are prepared for it. Units already prepared you for it. Okay guys, that's it on your economics with me today. Let me know what you learned. Let me know what stood out for you. And this is goodbye from me to you. But before I leave, I would like to tell you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigerian Tribune TV. And also check out our website for articles that will help you make smart and very good economic decisions. Trust me, there are a plethora of articles there for you. On budgeting, like I mentioned something about budgeting. Preparing a budget. You can find articles like that at www.tribunonlineng.com. Once again, it's a goodbye from me to you. See you next time. Bye.